Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today me and my husband are out in the garden and we are planting some of the plants that I got at Kansas City Community Gardens, and I figured I'd give you a tour of my garden and let y'all see what I've done since the last video.
Hey.
Alright.
So today I have a lot more free time because I finally quit that retail job I was working beforehand. So my wife out in the garden today since it's a nice day. Right now I'm mixing some soil here. It's the Kellogg brand organic soil. It's my first time using bag soil since I actually prefer to go get my own soil and mix up the stuff based on nutrients levels that I know about and where I can get it from. But you can't easily access that type of stuff when you live in the city or the suburbs, and you can't have it delivered to an apartment, unfortunately. But this is my first year doing this, trying to experiment with it, see what potting is like. Container gardening. I'm best suited for plots of land. Did farming and agricultural work for 20 plus years. So I know my stuff about the plants, just don't know how to do it in the backyard with a concrete patio. But you're never an expert in anything when it goes to gardening or farming. There's always something to learn and a new skill to figure out. But we're going to see how this turns out today, and hopefully we'll get a good, decent harvest. Our cats over there in the back have been pestering us all day because I decided to experiment with them too, let them out here for a little bit. And now they can't have enough of the fresh air and sunshine. But little Tabby there, you can see, he tried to hop the fence, so he's on house arrest for a little bit. He ain't happy about it. That's pretty much all that I know that I'm doing for right now. Not to wait for my wife to tell me what else she wants. Alright, so now I've laid out my plot of plants here. I'm starting to dig them. I think it should be okay for one. So the trick about these plants that you get from the cedars, you can see here that the roots are locked. Most people would probably tell you just go ahead and break that, which is true. But it's best if you dip them in water first to get the dirt kind of loose, and that way you're not quite breaking the roots, but you're just kind of loosening them up here. You see that? You don't really want to hurt the plant too much. So dip the whole plant in there. As you can see, soak up the soil. There we go. That kind of will make sure that they're a little bit watered anyway. Squeeze it just a tidbit, and then now you can plant it reasonably okay. Push down to compact the dirt just a tidbit. That's how you do that. I'll show you a little bit more here. So you should see that's dry.
And that's my Napa cabbage.
Yeah, so just dip it in there. Make sure that the soil around the roots are completely wet. Squeeze the roots. Kind of get it all loose. Want to kind of roll around here. So I actually like to make it conial. But make a little hole there. And this trick here is pretty much what you would do if you were planting in ground. So I kind of buried in that leaf there. Push down to compact. There you go. Nice Rayni plant too. Flowers, vegetables, trees are a little bit different, but hopefully maybe a few years down the road I can put a video about how to properly do trees. Alright folks, so as you can see now, I planted them in rows. It doesn't look like there's proper spacing, but there is. There's at least 6 inches. These are cabbages so that they grow according to how much room they have rather than actually how much space. You're really supposed to give them a foot to a foot and a half worth of spacing. But we're trying something new today. Now after you get done planting the plants, and this is the most important part, is watering the soil to make sure that it's wet. That'll help the soil concrete around the plants. And I'm about to show you how to do that properly. So what you do is you start with you get close in and personal, and you water along the edge of the container that you are watering in. If you were doing ground, you would start the same way. You get in between here. Be very careful that you do not water the plants directly. That's extremely important because fungi and bacteria sometimes floats on the wind. And if you get the plants wet, that will allow it a chance to latch onto your plants. Getting your plants a little wet probably shouldn't be too much of a problem, but try not to water the plants directly. You create what is known as stem rot, or try not to water too much because you can get root rot also. Now tomorrow it's going to rain. Now let's go ahead and give this tip now, that even if it rains, you're still going to want to water your plants. Depending on how many inches of rain you get. We currently don't have a rain gauge, so I have to go by the weatherman, unfortunately. But I typically come in there with a stick and I go into the dirt and make sure that how deeply wet it is. You want to have, I would say for a container this size, you want enough to fill up about 5 to 7 of these, depending on how dry the soil is. My soil is freshly out of the bag, super dry. If you're watering with a water hose, with the average PM of water hose, for a container this big, you're going to want to spend at least 10 minutes watering on your first time watering it. After that, shouldn't spend any more than maybe 3 to 4 minutes watering this to get it completely wet. I'll take care of this later. Right now we're going to go see what my wife is doing with her stuff. Here's my beautiful wife, and she was watching me and learning from me as I was commentating on what I'm doing. And
you should tell them about what you said about the rain.
The rain.
Because
Yeah,
I asked.
So we're going to show you what she does, but she wants me to talk about the rain first. So when I was telling her how to water the plants, while also kind of letting you guys know that, she was like, well, the plants are going to get wet with when it rains too. Well, the thing about rain is that rain purifies the air. You have massive loads of water that's being dumped out of the sky, and that washes all the stuff out. And it also washes the plants out. But on a dry day like this, you know, there's not that much moisture in the air and stuff like that. So with the high winds coming in and it being dry and dusty, that dust carries the bacteria and the fungi. And if you wet your plants while you're trying to water on a dry day, it gives a chance of the fungi and the bacteria to latch onto the plants and create what's known as stem rot, or which can destroy the plant. So even though there's a slim chance, you want to minimize as much as you can with the watering close to the plants. But here we're watching my wife put in practice what I taught her. Now this is her second year doing gardening, but this is her first year kind of working with me. I didn't really get to work with her last year during the springtime. And right now she is breaking up the soil, wetting it like I taught her and you guys a moment ago, about wetting the soil and loosening up the roots there. Because bring one close.
These are the blue winds, and these are the Arcadia.
Now, as you can see, she properly spaced them out. It's kind of always good to kind of lay out your plants first, get a good bearing.
These are going to just have smaller heads on them.
A good bearing where your plants are going to be, and though she's digging a close enough hole there. So
I need more water.
I'll get that for you. So do you want to tell them what you learned?
What did I learn?
I don't know. What did you learn?
I need more room to grow stuff.
There we go. Yeah, she bought these what they're called, grow bags. They're actually nifty. I kind of like them too. First time growing these, right, but so these are the first times that we are using grow bags. My wife found these online.
I saw somebody using them on YouTube. I don't remember who.
So apparently she got the tip from a YouTuber. Shout out to whatever YouTuber. Even though we don't really know which one. So
a lot of people use them.
Yeah, so we're growing them accordingly, but the thing is that she didn't know how big that the grow bags were going to be, and she got the plants before the grow bags. So we have way too many plants and not enough room in our grow bags to grow them. She thought she could plant as many plants as she wanted to. So that was her lesson of today, probably of the week, is to plan a lot before you get the plants. But we'll find good homes for them if nothing else.
We're gonna get more grow bags and soil.
Yeah, but I'm not sure the plants will stay alive before then. But yeah, so right now we're going back to her, watching her put to practice what she learned. There you go, and that looks good. It's beautiful. All right. Of course, we have the measuring tape because spacing does matter. I typically carry measuring tape with me wherever I go because it is probably one of the most useful tools to have on you. Let's see, so nice little hole here. Go back. Oh, nice. Sun's coming out. Of course, when the sun comes out, everything looks prettier. So she dipped the plant in the water. And as you can see, she's breaking up the soil without tearing the roots. So she's not damaging the plant. There we go. Alright.
If your hands don't look like this in the spring, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, my hands are clean because I just washed them. That's always very important before you move between garden and food and drink. You're going to want to wash your hands. I actually just had a glass of milk. I went inside to fill up some water jug for my wife to water the plants with, and got thirsty. But yeah, you got to worry about health too, health and safety, right, hon? All right.
I'm feeling good today. I got dirt on my hands and there's sun.
I thought you said you were feeling dead today. No, she's feeling good. Okay, that's good. Good is better than dead.
I'm feeling alive today.
Oh man. Yeah, look at it. bright sun. A little cloudy today, but you know, not too bad. A lot of sun.
So this is what we've done so far. I have the tulips plant potted in those pots. Woo! It's windy today. Some green onion there. And then I put some baskets up here with some flowers. These are buckets for water. It's going to rain overnight and in the morning, so I'm just going to get my buckets out for that. I hung the baskets up from Dollar Tree, and there's soil in there, but there's nothing planted yet. I got all the leaves out of here, but I haven't planted flowers yet because I want to do nasturtiums. We still have to move this, so this is still sitting here. We're going to get that this week. I organized it over here. I put that chair that was busted. My husband had the cool idea of putting a board and using it as a plant stand. The board we have on it now isn't sufficient enough, so we're just going to get some spare wood and put some planks across it and use it as a plant stand.
Probably find some scrap wood somewhere.
And then we have our broccoli planted in here. Or are those Brussels sprouts or broccoli? So we have broccoli is planted in here. And then I planted some stuff in here. I have lettuce, kale, and then in here I have carrots and what else? Spinach and carrots. I'm not sure if these are going to grow or not, but we'll see. And my kale is in here. I have some gladiolas in these two baskets, and I have yet to plant anything in these blue buckets over here. And I hung another one of my baskets there. I'm going to get a new cocoa liner for this one and plant beans in that one. And I hung this one here. And then we have some cabbage here. That's our little cabbage patch. And then we have beets, and beets.
And fresh beets.
And Rayni's got the fresh beets. And then over there we have some flowers and some green onion in these buckets. And then I have leeks in these. So the garden is getting there. And Rayni's going to take those out to the trash right now.